Here are the things we have and have or have had in Texas. We've had Hurricane Harvey. We've had fights, vandalism, a cake that was being vandalized. That goes back to like weeks ago. But what we still have here is a forward term. Say it with me. No pass, no play. No pass, no play. What does that mean exactly? Well, according to Wikipedia, the no pass, no play is a term denoting a Texas public education policy. Under no pass, no play, students must pass all their school courses to be allowed to participate in extracurricular activities such as athletics or music. Meaning, you had to pass all your courses like math, English, history, social studies, whatever. And if you don't pass it, you don't play. In 1984, Governor Mark White appointed Dallas businessman Ross Perry to head up a commission to study public education reform in Texas. As a result, the study No Pass No Play was enacted as part of the series of reforms including the House Bill 72, which was enacted by the Texas legislature. It took effect in 1984. Under the direction of White, the No Pass No Play will stipulates that Texas public school students who participate in extracurricular activities must achieve a passing grade, a 70 or higher or 60 or higher, for pre-AP or GT or AP courses. Each 6-week grading period in order to qualify to continue participating in extracurricular activities such as athletics, band, and orchestra. If students leave to say one failure grade on their report card, they are forbidden or ineligible to participate in extracurricular activities under the failing grade. They have been approved for passing levels. It affects all students involved in extracurricular activities in all school districts. Some other states have followed Texas' example and instituted their own version of no pass, no play. However, the laws cause for concern among many coaches and their extracurricular instructors. The rule under semesters in the HISD, Independent School District, the Houston 16% to 30%. Like, okay, see here, what's done is done. If you don't pass all of your courses, such as social studies, math, science, whatever, you will not be allowed to go. To go to football games, to choir concerts, band, whatever. Because of that rule. This is not a joke. Even teachers have to understand that. Because they have to look at their grades. Like, the coach has to understand that if their students can't pass, if their teammates can't pass above a 60 or 70%, they can't go. 70% or higher or 60% or higher for pre-AP, GT, or AP courses. So what are the pros and cons of this? Let's look at what Prezi has to say. Due to declining test scores and declining nation rules, 1984, this story went on Wikipedia. If taken makes education a priority at school as teachers' responsibility shows there can be consequences or actions. Some believe that students 60% is like seriously though, why does it affect you? It affects all students that participate in extracurricular activities, just band, choir, orchestra, sports, football, baseball, basketball, whatever. You have to pass with above a 60% or 70%. If you don't, if you're under that limit, you can't go. You're going to sit at home until your grade passes up. Which means you will have to do homework from now on. All homework, period. Students should have good grades when they play sports. This is from why.org. If you're a great athlete, seriously though, seriously though, we're devoting this entire program to focus on the no pass, no play, and there's only affecting Houston. And these are the guidelines. Look at this guideline sheet. This sheet is intended to help you understand the guidelines of the no pass, no play policy. Grade check exam at the first 6 weeks of school, every 2 weeks after that. Students losing eligibility, they fall 69 or below. The report card, and students can regain eligibility passing all classes in the progress report. A progress report cannot make a student ineligible, but can help a student regain eligibility. The progress report is like telling your parents, hey, this is what your kid is making. You can't automatically get a passing grade, then head into your coach and say, hey, I passed. Can I still go play football? I'm like, nope. You gotta make that grade. Students who pass every class in lesson report are eligible for the rest of the school year. Students who fail a class in lesson report will have two chances. There'll be a grade check again April 2nd, end of school day, May 1st. This is a cheat sheet for this cheat sheet is for all teachers to follow. So seriously now, why make a long video about this when, look, what's done is done. If you don't pass your classes, you can't be eligible. The progress report, it doesn't help you. You can't just look at your progress report and say, hey, I got 100. I got 100 in this class. I got all A's in my progress report. Can I get back in football? No, I cannot. It has to stay like that. If you fail, you may be eligible. Looking at that means You're eligible. That's unacceptable. This document explains everything. Like all I have to know. This is from February 2008. Extracurricular activities and play meaningful role in life in high school. The following table is in part two lists the 16 states. District role, no pass, no play, parity and eligibility. All these states, like if you're like Florida, Iowa, Louisiana, Nevada, New Mexico, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, the period of ineligibility, 2 semesters. For Alabama, Monday the year really came down. Arizona, 9 weeks or less. But in California, the district determines the whole district. Training period not explicitly defined. In Iowa, 20 consecutive score days, 4 constructive weeks for baseball, softball. Comparative ineligibility is the following end of grading period. First semester, comparative ineligibility is just 1 semester. The district determines for 2 states, New Mexico and North Carolina, and also in Ohio. North Carolina will define it. In Texas, it's just 3 weeks of ineligibility. So does West Virginia, and they have it. It's just for first semester. 3 states, Illinois, Kentucky, Maryland, just have the district determined stuff. Students having made at last 2 semesters of attendance at summer school. That's summer school. If you guys can't do this, you're not eligible. Even these highlights, actually. A player must be a student in good standing in his or her school according to the UIL no pass no play rules. AIR, the AIR, each term is required to complete AIR. This report will list every good player in the official hockey league. This is like for hockey and stuff. There's consequences stuff. Like, let me tell you, when I was in junior high, or when I was like in junior high, they have this like thing for like all students who are in athletics, like a little referral thing. It's like a little office referral. If you do something you're not supposed to, there's like a consequence. They'll like write a referral for like to coaches, like say, move from athletics. I think I remember this. I wonder if they still have it. But still, if you do something you're not supposed to, like talk while a teacher's talking, or analyze, or talk back to your teacher, they will write that on that paper, send it to the coach, and then they'll determine whether to move to athletics, give you a warning or just move to athletics. That was for junior high. No, high school's probably different. Junior high, they just put on a piece of paper and say, hey, you're out. Like people go to athletics when you start a football player, that's a privilege. not a right. That's the same deal with riding the bus. Riding the bus is a privilege, not a right. If you do something you're not supposed to, like spit out the window, obscene gestures, being disobedient with the bus driver, so on and so forth, you will not ride the bus. It will determine to the principal how many days you'll be run off the bus. 3 days, 5 days, or not ride the bus for the semester. So that's it for now. But still, athletics is a privilege, not a right. You don't have the right to play football. You have the right to get an education. You're here to get an education, get your high school diploma, and then move on with your life. Get a job. Do something you're good at. Do something you like to do. Choir is not a right. Neither is their privileges. If your parents taught you that your actions have consequences, like when you live with your parents, they tell you that your actions have consequences. Let's talk about the progress report for a second. The progress report, it's a piece of paper that all the teachers put in their grades. They put it out in the school printer to say, hey, this is what, look at this. What's a progress report, you ask? It is a written document explaining how much progress is being made on something previously planned. Like, the school progress reports and innovative tools that help us support and respond to improve our schools. Of course, we all students are to attend great schools and all ourselves, blah, blah, blah. The report card is just probably the same thing, like, do you describe listing of evaluation? Like when I was like in my final year of high school, I just got like all A's. Then I was like, then like on like, I was in like A's, B's, C's, sometimes F's. But I got all A's. I was in the AB honor roll. Then in sixth grade, I got permanent attendance. Come up tomorrow, we're talking about attendance. Why is it important to your success? That's all for now. We need to touch more on the progress report and the no pass, no play. I figured I gotta talk to you all about this. In fact, King of the Hill was the reason why I started talking about this. Until next time, America, y'all have a turkey day. And on before. Best of goodbyes.